Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and today I'm bringing you an extra special video talking about the huge rally in the Bitcoin prices we've seen over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin shooting up over 11%, almost 12%, and now pushing into the greed category. So in this video, I'm going to break down what happened and what my expectations are going to be for the Bitcoin price and where the support and resistance levels are going to be in the future. All right, but before we get to that, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and be sure to share this video. I would definitely appreciate it. So we're gonna get straight into the good news. Okay, first we have Grayscale's GBTC basically had a victory over the SEC in court based on the spot ETF approval. Now the SEC appealed this case, and the appeals court basically settled this dispute, and they said, okay, well, there's going to be no appeal. Okay, so now the SEC has to go back and review Grayscale's Bitcoin spot Bitcoin ETF application. Okay, so this good news, fantastic news reported here by CoinDesk. This is part of some of the good news that caused Bitcoin's huge rally today. What it means is that the SEC has taken a huge blow here in trying to prevent the acceptance of a Bitcoin spot ETF. Okay, next, BlackRock, okay, takes a new step in the Bitcoin ETF prep. So what BlackRock did, and for those of you who don't remember, BlackRock filed a Bitcoin spot ETF some months ago, but what they've done recently is they've filed an S1 that basically says that they're working on seed funding. Okay, so seed funding, and this ex-user right here, Eric Balkunas, he actually breaks down what's going on here. So seeding is when an ETF is when initial funding is provided by a bank or broker dealer used to purchase a few creation units, in this case Bitcoin, in exchange for ETF shares, which can be traded on the open market on day one. Okay, so what's happening here is that it looks like BlackRock has been buying Bitcoin in anticipation of this Bitcoin spot ETF being approved, and that's also pushing the Bitcoin price much higher. In fact, if we take a look at our Bitcoin chart TA, what we can see here is that we had our previous resistance level here at about 30,000. It blasted right through that level in a single day, going up over 10% and pushing it all the way up to a new resistance point here at about 34,000. Now, this level is absolutely important. If we zoom out here, we take a look at the weekly, we can see that this is the highest that Bitcoin has been this year. In fact, Bitcoin hasn't been this high since the collapse back in May and June. We're seeing here that Bitcoin is starting to retest the support levels that were formed back in January of 2022, and now it looks like it's trying to push above that level even higher. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is this huge support, this huge resistance level right now at 34,000, and what we need to see is Bitcoin push higher above this level and print a nice little candle, a nice little green candle above this resistance in order to confirm the breakout. So far, we have not seen the confirmation of the breakout, but we are so far what we're seeing is very positive. Now, the one thing I'll say is that the RSI right now in the daily is absolutely insane. It's 86, massively overbought right now for Bitcoin, massively overbought. And every single time we've seen Bitcoin do that, it's also pulled back. Like back in January, we saw it move up to those levels at about 86, 87, and it was basically followed by a sizable pullback. So it went up here, it shot up, it ran up a little bit more, and then it pulled back down to 21K, and then went on for another run. So it usually winds up taking a little bit of a breather. And normally, when you see RSI this high, it's in the middle of a bull run like back in 2020, but for now, what we're seeing is just an overall exuberance in the market, and I would say that we're probably due for a pullback, but there's always a possibility that we continue momentum and push even higher. But what I want to see is, again, confirmation of this breakout above 34K, and then as soon as we get that, we're just absolutely in a fantastic situation, okay? But right now, it's looking very good for Bitcoin in the short term. We've seen a complete trend reversal. We've seen the volume, the volume actually higher than it was back on the 16th of October. This massive green volume candle in a level that we haven't seen since back in June of this year when we had a huge run up as well. Just massive support right now, massive demand for Bitcoin as we push those two stories, and those two stories are pushing the price much higher. Now, consequently, you take a look at something like the dollar index. The dollar index has fallen tremendously. Okay, so now it was from 106, now it's down to 105, taking some of the selling pressure off of Bitcoin. And if we look at our futures market, we can see here the massive move up that we talked about to about 34K. This was actually propelled by that in that direction by about $100 million worth of liquidations in about an hour. Okay, so that pushed the price up. That pushed the price up to 34K, and we saw a large liquidation of these contracts. So open interest is down as well, and we've seen a massive green candle print for funding rates. So that means longs are very strong at the moment. If we take a look at our liquidations total, in fact, for crypto, we can see that we're at $275 million worth of short liquidations, of crypto short liquidations in 24 hours. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, I don't remember ever seeing any time in which it's been that high. I seriously, I really have not even remembered a single time in which we've seen that it's over $275 million worth of short liquidations. But this caused shorts to absolutely get wrecked. And if we take a look at just the Bitcoin numbers alone, we can see that just Bitcoin alone, $163 million worth of short liquidations. All right. And if we take a look at this on the heat map, we can see there is no liquidity at all above this level here. There's no liquidity. There's a little bit here at 33,700, but past that there's nothing, and everything just got obliterated. All the shorts got obliterated. There's nothing. All the liquidity that we're seeing so far is down here at about 31K, so significantly lower than where it is right now. Okay, so what this means in the short term is that Bitcoin has incredible strength. It has incredible momentum. And I do expect that it will eventually either go sideways or will eventually pull back in the next couple of days, because right now the buying is just to another level. Okay, the buying is akin to what we've seen in a bull market, as opposed to kind of this weird kangaroo market we've got going on right now. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this huge move up. And again, I just want to say congrats to people who actually bought back in September when it was about 25K, back in August when it was dipping down to 25, 26, 27. Congratulations to people who actually went and bought the dip on that, knowing that that was just historical levels of being oversold. Okay, and I've had several videos that I've made in which I've talked about my buy in that region and what my specific mindset was going back there to those buys. Okay, so I will catch you guys on the next video.